Alright YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be filming for episode 7 of SNAPShot. And today we're going to be looking at long streaks and kill gameplays and my tips and advice on what it is that I do to create clips that are around anything from 8 to 10 or even potentially more kills available. Okay, we're going to be looking at around 8 kills as a minimum clip time, and we're going to be speaking to you guys about my thought process that goes on behind these clips, the plays that we make, the jukes that we do, the reason that certain plays are made the way that they are, why I look at the map and how the map helps and utilize that as well as knowing the gun strengths and everything that it is behind sort of the clip itself in regards to its gameplay. The way it's going to work is I'm going to, if you've not seen my previous SNAPShot episodes before, I do recommend to go watch them if you are a new or up and coming Call of Duty player and you're looking to get better at the game or the franchise. It is created with the newer or new players in mind to try and help you guys get better at the game and to give you guys an insight on the chaos that happens in the stream at a very slowed down and explained pace. When you watch it on stream, if you haven't already, by the way, twitch.tv/Stallion, please hit that follow button, I appreciate it. When you watch it on stream, it looks very crazy and chaotic, and a lot of people say, how do you just manage to do all this stuff all in one go? Once we get it down and get the clip onto SNAPShot, we can explain to you guys exactly what it is in my thought process, what it is that I'm doing and thinking about when it comes to creating the clip. All right, the way that it's going to work, we're going to have an E-pen to highlight and show you guys what it is that we're doing in regards to, you know, some sort of physical explanation to the clip. And we're going to run each clip in 0.25 times, so it's very, very slowly done with no audio, so you guys can see me and my explanation on what it is that I'm doing behind everything. Okay, let's roll into the first clip. So here we have 5 clips ready to go for you guys, including one bonus clip at the very end as well that we're going to be speaking about, talking about the situation in every single clip and how things unfold and how things happen the way that they do. All right, so starting with the first clip, we have a Vector, aka the Fennec 9-piece on shoot houses. I call it the crazy pop-off for this one, and we have our trusty pen here as well, ready to go and ready to write down and show you guys some sort of physical explanations of everything that's going on in the scene itself. So as you can see here, we're playing hardpoint on shoot house. We have the point here, current hardpoint still in maintenance from us, and I have my team spawning at back A. And if you haven't watched previous SNAPShot videos before, you wouldn't have heard me talking or referring to things called the quiet spots, which you can see in front of me here and on the radar, because I always utilize the radar. Any areas that are quiet or there's no enemies there, or there's no teammates there, or you can't see anything that's going on, it's most likely there's going to be enemies spawning and running through them. So there's always things that go on in my mind when I'm playing the game and what I'm thinking about in regards to what helps and makes my decisions to where I'm going to move to. Okay, so as we start the first video and we see how it plays out, we'll see what happens here. As you can see, my teammate currently sitting on the point. As I go to move through here, I see that my teammate behind me has just died and the enemies have taken control of the first or this objective that we've got here. Someone is clearly moving forwards and backwards within the point. I take him out using the fennec build. If you want the build guide, by the way, feel free to go back through my YouTube videos. One of my latest posts is the fennec build guide, so you guys can see that. And once I look in the situation and I've dealt with the guy who's on the point, I check who's across to see if there's anyone, you know, from either middle or the other side of the map. As you can see on the map itself, if you look behind me or you look on the other side of the map, I have teammates covering and all pushing from that side of the map. So I know that most likely enemies are going to be spawning from my right and pushing from that side as well. So I check quickly to see if anybody is going from across the side of the map to me. Don't see anybody there. And I move out into what I like to call the quiet spot. Once again, we will continue to refer to these as the quiet spots, because as you can see right here, guys, no one here. Potentially an enemy just appearing here. Enemies could be around this other side, X, all these enemies, or all these, you know, potential enemies that could be around these corners, because we don't know where they are. There's nobody in the point and my teammates are on the other side of the map. It's most likely that I'm going to be the full position in taking these people out. All right, so as number 1 guy appears, I slide into some shots, hit some nice shots on him. Now when this second guy appears, as you can see, what I've done here is I've actually double backed on myself to juke which way he thinks that I'm going. So as I've come back round, he thinks that I've gone all the way around, and by the time he's turned around and try and kill me, I've already got 2 bursts. No, it as an advantage on him. Okay, so as we go back to explaining what that situation was when we got to right here, right? So as we kill this first guy, I have in mind this entire time about this guy who's right here and who's right in front of me. I know that when I kill this first guy with the 18 bullets that I've got left, I'm probably not going to have time to either reload or switch guns by the time this guy's killed me. Bearing in mind how much the Renetti got nerfed, it's still probably one of the strongest pistols in the game. It's not going to be enough time to kill this guy. So as I kill the first one with only 4 bullets left, this second enemy is now looking at me to try and kill me, right? So I've swapped to my Renetti, and I've pretended to go to the left, and instead what I've done is I've come back on myself because I'm trying to trick him to where I'm going. All right, so that's how it plays out. That's why I do what I do. I end up actually missing 2 bursts there, and it almost cost me my life, but I do end up killing this guy anyway. Now, during that process, another enemy's appeared. So as you can see, there's a guy on the fence there with a sniper, and as I kill his teammate, he decides to jump off and look at me. Not only that, I've got a grenade to deal with right now as well. So I know that my only chance of survival is hogging this back wall and praying that I don't get pushed on. So as I get a second to finally reload myself, I know that enemies are going to be around this corner. At least one. And I'm pretty sure somebody's firing at me with an AR. So there's at least 2 around this corner that I'm going to have to deal with. And I don't want to have to deal with these guys with some sort of pistol because I'm just going to get absolutely ruined in this situation, okay? So as I get my reload done, I see that guy to the left very quickly. I slide out to try and give myself some sort of momentum. And then I've also seen that second guy as well. During this whole process of this clip, I'm dealing with multiple enemies at once here. So as I kill this first guy here, because he's the main threat and target because he's shooting at me first, I see the second guy here who's currently obsessed with my teammate and trying to kill him, and I take him out too. So you may not notice it from when watching this clip, but what I actually do after I kill this first guy is notice that my teammate is to my left and he's got the enemy's attention. Now, it's risky me jumping into this, but what I've actually done is jumped over this guy's bullets and taken him out whilst he was obsessed with taking out my teammate. Thank you, teammate. You took a bullet for me for that one. And in this process, I've taken out several enemies, constantly fighting either for 2 or 3 pieces in one go. And I push further into the quiet spot, as we like to call it, because I have a feeling people are going to be spawning here and pushing on me again. I hit a nice drop shot on this guy so he can't hit his shots. Kill him, take him out. And as you can see by my reaction, I'm absolutely losing my mind on stream. Changing over to my Renetti as a just in case anybody else appears. Reloaded the Renetti. Now I'm also reloading the Vector. I've got my boy Gotslow pushing up with me now, and I finally have teammates to back me up. I believe there's a little bit more to this clip. There is, yeah. So now that we've done that, I've gone round to the opposite way. So I'm kind of always playing the position of a flanker and pushing towards the enemies and where they're going to be. All right. Now my teammates have turned up and they're pushing into this area, and I've got one teammate pushing into the point. I'm now pushing forward because I want to get control of the other area that's up here. Excuse me. Let me get my words out. Just want to say to you guys, it's so important. I'm always an opportunist. I'm always the one who's looking for the quiet spot in the game and looking to where I can take advantage of what's going on with the enemy team. All right. So I want to be the one who's in the enemy spawns, especially with a class that's aggressive as the Vector or the Fennec. And I want to take advantage of the situation. All right. So as my teammates are behind me, trying to get established, you know, with the point that where we just were, also for the point of the hard point as well, you can see that the game's about to end. Enemy players are now spawning on the other side of the map as expected. As I continue to slide in, take this guy, I'm getting shot in the back. So I know I need to make the quick and slip moves to kill this guy. I've managed to turn around, drop a slide into a drop shot, and now I'm in the enemy team spawn as well. All right, this guy presents the most threat. He goes down first. And then I go to Renetti, kill this guy as well. Don't believe that I take him out. I'm going to get a nice one burst on him, but if I stay any longer, I'm probably going to die. And then by the time it comes to reloading my gun, I'm going to be dead here, or potentially the game is going to end, which it actually ends up doing. So if I show you guys this clip in full speed, you can see why on stream this looks so much more chaotic and why it's so much harder to explain when it is at full speed. All right, so making these movements, take out the first guy that's on the point. Now I'm always searching for opportunities here. Now it's get in the enemy spawn, take them out. Slide into this first guy, double back on this guy. He has no idea where I've gone. Hit some nice shots. Try and get myself composed for a second, get my health back. Managed to get my reload off just in time. Kill the first guy. Bait my teammate for the second guy. Now I'm going to continue to push in, try and take out any enemies that spawn. Now that my teammates are pushing up and they're getting control of this area behind me, it's my turn to now flip the spawns and go to the other side of the map. While my teammates are dealing with a point and whatnot, I'm now going into the spawns on the other side, take out this guy, swipe into this guy, and now I've got control of the enemy team spawns here. In this process, I've got a cluster and a VTOL, and our team's closed out the game here with a nice 9-piece with the Fennec on shoot house. Okay, moving into clip number 2, we have the Galil, or as they like to call it, the CR56 AMAX, but I'm going to refer to it as the Galil. It's just so much easier to say. All right, this is on Rust. And this is, I believe, around a 10-piece that we end up getting in this clip, all right? So if you look at the situation in the game, we're playing domination, and the B flag is around halfway capped for the enemies right now, or it's sort of in their control, but we're halfway to capping it. We have A control with a VTOL. We have teammates here. I've got a teammate to my left, and we also have the C point control here. So most likely enemies are going to be at the other side of the map. We're talking like B side spawn here. It's very unlikely that anybody's going to sort of be in this area here, or potentially they may be, but they probably won't last very long with the VTOL and all my teammates on this side of the map. So let's see how this one plays out. I'll take a sip of drink real quick. And as my teammate gets taken out, I use my movement to try and take this guy out here. I have a feeling that they're trying to push up for C. For a second, I probably want to try and hit my reload or pop my dead silence so I can get across the map quicker, or maybe potentially, you know, run behind an enemy if the situation arises itself. Now, I've seen enemies that spawn in the top right corner. It's some nice jump shots here. This Galil is absolutely solid for taking people out across the map. Again, if you guys want to see my class build for it, you can go back through my YouTube videos and I'll show it there. And now we've presented ourselves into a situation where we've moved forward, and my teammate who's in front of me is now moving forward, and we're trying to get more of sort of an establishment into B side. Okay, we're trying to like move towards into the B area, potentially flip the spawns, and maybe even look to 3-cap these guys as we do so. So with only 16 bullets left in the chamber, I reload the Galil. I've got a feeling that some long-range fights are coming. Check my UAV, always checking the top left-hand corner of the map to see where the UAV, see where enemies are spawning. I've seen that somebody's on that right-hand side, but I want to get myself into a better position because I see where the enemies are spawning and moving out from. As my teammate in front of me gets taken out, I've got 2 teammates to my left, so I know that I can push and maybe get established some sort of control on this right-hand side. Now, I've just been stun grenaded here, and I'm making sure I don't get pushed from the guy behind the, you know, behind the container that's over in the top corner. And as eventually I kind of get my composure back and look to where I can push to, I see somebody's in this container to the left of me as well. All right, so I've slid into here to try and take him out. This enemy, I'm still coming out of the stun grenade at this point, by the way. Take him out for a nice kill. Double back on myself to make sure that nobody's still behind this container here. This guy's just got blown up by a C4 from my boy Stays. And now, if I'm looking at the area and the situation here, the one guy who was behind me, who was spawning there, has been taken out. I've got teammates to my left. This leaves me one area to go, and that's through here to try and clear out this corner spawn and then establish potentially some sort of control on this left-hand side of the map as well. All right, so I'm trying to stay alive, use the situation that I've got, always checking the UAV in the map as well, and we push in to try and get some more kills and get more of control on the map for our team. All right, so now I've locked them into the spawns here. I've got the Galil out and ready, as we call it. Take one out, take out another enemy here. And with only around, I don't know, 17 bullets in the chamber, I know there are enemies right around this corner. I do not want to risk it out with the Galil right now. And they're all looking the other way, trying to shoot out my teammates. Take out one guy, take out the second guy, and then push out for the third guy as well. I'll take them out in order of priority for those that are shooting at me. That leads for an absolutely naughty triple kill. And then as I switch over to my Galil, we find out this last guy here who's around this corner, take him out as well just before I get taken out. So, and that has led us to getting a chopper gunner in that position. We've ended up rotating across the map, looking at the UAV at all times and using our gun to our advantage. And let's look at how the clip itself plays out in normal time. All right, so take out this guy here. Make sure I got my dead silence on if I need it. Excuse me, that hit some nice shots across the map. I was watching what my teammate to the left is doing. See the enemy spawning there, but don't catch him. Saw my teammate die right here. Stun, waiting for the stun to go. Always watching across, see if that enemy's going to be there. And a nice shot on this guy. Try to double back. He dies. And now it's all pushes forward. I know there's nobody else behind me anymore. Now it's time to flush him out. All right. No, looking at my ammo at all times. Doing some nice strafes, nice movement. Right there. Just play that in full speed. The movement on that was absolutely perfect. I made it as hard as possible for these guys to hit me. So I moved in with a slide in case anybody was looking at me, which they weren't. Hit a nice shot here. I'm strafing left and right, and then jump as well. So we make it really, really difficult for these guys to land any shots on me or take me out. And I end up getting a naughty 3-piece with all my health left. Get my chopper gunner and then take out the last guy as well. All right, strafing, movement, map knowledge, looking at the map, watching what your teammates are doing, and also keeping some sort of, you know, tabs on you, what's going on with your ammo, and conserving ammo in different situations as well. Okay, we're going to move into clip number 3 right now, and this is also on Rust. This one's on hardpoint, and looking at the situation right here, it's a little bit mixed and diverse. So I seem to have teammates in all corners of the map, and the hardpoint is right here. We have some nice control in this game, as per usual, and enemies can be spawning anywhere, if I'm being completely honest. There's a gap right here, there's a gap right here, there's a gap right here, and there's a gap right here. So enemies can be spawning at any side. I'm pretty sure I've just checked behind me to make sure that nobody was here. And what I want to do now is move to the left and see if anybody's spawning to my left or around the area or such, okay? So let's get rid of all these arrows first. All right, awesome. And we're going to see how this clip plays out. So I've got my trusty Galil build here with me again. Got this nice head glitch. To anyone who doesn't know what a head glitch is, it's when you move to an area like this, as you can see this area right here, it covers most of my body, which makes it, unless the enemy hits a nice headshot on me, there's no chance they're going to kill me, all right? So you only expose your head and obviously your gun, which makes it a lot harder for the enemy unless they've got very, very, precise shots to kill you, and you put yourself in an advantage or advantageous situation. All right, so enemies are spawning in front of me, whiff a couple of shots, take out the first guy, and I'm bobbing and weaving, try and kill these other guys as well. That's a nice two-piece now. And I check behind me just to make sure that no one spawns behind me, because as you know, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, spawns in this game are absolutely scuffed. Running it back to here, I go to move to the left and I realize somebody spawned right here, so I double back, dodge a couple of his bullets. Now that movement that he's just done right there has scuffed him over. All right, so I've killed him, and I make sure nobody's spawning at me across the map. In this situation right now, if I was to draw a line for you guys, this side of the map is now split. My whole teammates and my whole team is now on this right-hand side of the map. Now, you may not think much about it, but if you learn to use the map in particular ways, it's really going to help you develop as a player. All right, so I've done that, and I've now noticed that all my teammates are all on this right-hand side. So I know that I need to reload and double back on myself, because they're going to push the hard point to the left, and I need to cover the other side of the map because my teammates are all covering the area that's behind me now. All right, again, it's map knowledge, knowing how to play the game, and also just having the experience of Call of Duty that will help you to learn and play the game as well. All right, so as I'm doing that, I'm using this like kind of pipe and container in front of me to keep me alive in case any enemies do push from the top corner of the map. And as we push around this corner, I'm checking all my spots, making sure that nobody's here. I want to get myself into another head glitch behind these little boxes. Got myself into the point, and now I'm checking across the map. As you can see, we spoke about head glitches before. I'm in another one now. It makes it a lot harder for them to kill me, and I can just beam them across the map. Another nice two-piece. That's two pieces we've now just picked up across the map, where enemies haven't even barely been able to see me because of the position that I'm in and me utilizing their spawns. Now, watching the radar, I see this guy who's pushing in front of me here. Take him out as he's trying to push towards me. Always checking across the map because I know we've pinned them in their spawns, and they've either got to come two ways. All right, that position that I'm in right now, this right here is a power position. Okay, unless anybody spawns behind me, if we can keep them spawning in front of me right here, enemies are either going to have to move through this container towards me or across from there. There's only two ways out, or even potentially through here, but either way, I get vision on that, and I have the best chance of taking them out because I'm on a head glitch here. And I can see all the way across the map, and this gun is very good for shooting across map. Okay, so as I'm looking across, always checking, using the head glitch, I see on the UAV there's a lot of enemies. I get a little bit impatient here. I could have stuck it out on the point, but I decided to push them instead. I get a bit kill hungry, and as I do that, enemies are all spawning or moving towards me. I change aggro to the guys that are shooting at me first, always. I've taken out another two enemies here, and now I changed my pistol because I don't want to get killed for this last kill. Push this guy and take him out as well. All right, it looks a lot better in full speed. So let me show you guys how this one plays out and how it goes. All right, as you can see, nice head glitch. Killed the first guy, killed the second guy. This guy appears, saw him last second, take him out. Now see how the map rotations are working. I know it's time for me to move, split on the other side of the map. Get behind this head glitch, which is like a power position, hold the point, and take enemies out. All right, so I'm doing like 3 different jobs right here. Take the two that go across, keep him there, and then what happens here, they get locked in their spawns, and it makes it really hard for them to get out. I get another nice 2-piece, followed by another 3-piece, get the VTOL, chopper gunner, and full control for our team here as well, okay? So that's how, again, we utilize the map, utilize the UAV advantage, the positions, the head glitches, knowing the map, how to play it, good little bit of movement as well, and we end up getting a nice sort of 9-piece or so in that game as well. All right, so here we have another one on Rust. Rust seems to be a very popular choice this time, even though it's not on a 24/7 playlist. And we have the Vector into an MP7 switch on just an absolute, run and slay. These kind of clips are the ones that I would say are most popular on my stream, because I'm a very aggressive player and I love running just sort of into enemy spawns all the time. So for anybody who watches my my gameplay a lot and watches my clips a lot, this will be a very kind of close to home kind of clip, and I'll be able to give you a better explanation of how my thought process works with this. All right, so I could have double backed here and took C, but I have a teammate who's behind me, and we already have A and B here, and I see an enemy on the UAV right there, and I see enemies appearing in these top corners as well. So my first thoughts are kill this guy in front of me and establish some sort of control on this side of the map. Okay, so as we're using the as we're using the fennec, saw that guy who's across the map first, kill him, hit a great headshot on him, even with the fennec across the map. Running out of bullets, get that reload on. I drop myself down to the floor because I know, or potentially know, there could be somebody in front of me, but I think he has just died. Could be using ghosts. You never know, people that, you know, block out UAVs and whatnot. You've always got to be careful of ghosts in this game. Now, I want to move and get control of this corner and establish myself some sort of control in this corner. Again, this is a great power position corner if you've got enemies spawning in front of me, which they are doing right now. All right, I can see that B flag is around halfway taken. And what I've done here is I pop my dead silence, moving into this container in case anyone's hiding in here all around these corners. Now, as I've done that, I have to kill this guy first, who either hasn't spotted me or he's trying to run away from me. I hit a couple of shots, thought I'd taken him out, but I hadn't. And thankfully, I end up killing him on a pullback or a pullback drag. Run out of bullets and change to my Renetti and keep moving to the right so he can't spot where I am. Now, in this process, I know I need to get another gun because my Renetti's just not going to do it here. Pick up somebody's MP7, and I know the rest of them are spawning around to his left-hand side. This is the guy that I've just killed, come back for revenge. Is he going to get it? Absolutely not. Now, I've just killed him with his own gun. And because I dropped to the floor here, I make it hard to him to kill me. I jump up to try and change elevation, and I've ended up killing this guy as well. So this ends up being an absolute slaughter of a clip. So not only have we killed the initial guys, we then took somebody's gun and ran around and gone and spawn camped them again. All right, at this point, once you get like around a 5-6 piece kill sort of clip, I know it's time for me to really try and pop off here. They're still spawning around this area. If you just checked, and I would have blinked and checked it as well, you can see right here, enemy, 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 and then the B flag has just been taken as well. All right, so I can see just by doing a quick glance on what the situation is and what's going on and where the enemies are spawning. So as I take this guy out, straight away switch to my left, know that I'm getting pushed here again. This is the guy that I just taken out previously in the corner of the map. Hit a couple of, or miss a couple of shots, then hit a few, and then take him out and move away from this corner in case anybody else pushes me from that side. Get a nice reload on it because the MP7 reloads pretty quick, and then push to get this final kill before I end up dying here. I believe I end up getting another kill here, or that may be it. Oh yeah, here we go. Push out for this final kill just before I end up dying. All right, so as you guys can see in full speed, you can see how this one plays out. Again, this is a very typical clip that you would see on my stream on how I play. All right, get my reload off in case somebody's there in front of me, but they're not. I'll get control and establish this area. Now it's time for dead silence. Get into the enemy spawns. Make sure they can't hear me coming. Thought I'd killed him, but I hadn't. Take him out. Switching to the Renetti. Now it's MP7 time. Killed a guy who just came back. Get some nice jump and drop shots. Reload time. Kill this guy who's pushing onto their spawn. Always checking the map, the UAV, and how I can change it to my situation, and then push back and take this guy out as well. All right. So again, UAV management, gun knowledge. Once I ran out of bullets, I took the initiative to take the enemy gun and continuing to push and run around their spawns, changing directions, elevations between shots to make it hard as possible for the enemy to try and take me out. And then we end up getting a nice 9-piece between two different guns. Okay. Next up, we're back to shoot house, and this is on domination here. So the enemy team have the A flag. We have the B and C. I have teammates all right behind me here. And it's most likely that enemies are going to be spawning in these areas here. Again, quiet spots. This is where enemies are probably going to be unless they're moving into our side of the map, which I've got teammates there to deal with that as well. Okay. So as we start to go through this clip, as you can see the beautiful Damascus here on my fennec at this point, when enemy appears in front of me, ends up potentially hitting the wrong button, coming over the wall before shooting me. I've done that many a times. I take him out, and I'm going to check to my left to see if anyone's here. Take him out, and I know that at this point enemies are going to be behind this wall. They're always behind this wall. This is the sort of the point to where they always spawn on this side of the flag. All right, I've got a teammate pushing to my right, and I've just taken out the guys to the left. Now I know that we have a very good chance of spawn camping here if we do this right. So as I slide out, classical COD timing for this poor guy, ends up running past me. By the time he ends up turning back, it's already too late. Almost does end up taking me out, but I do hit my shots and kill him first. Now, I know some sort of crazy spawn camp is coming because I just saw my teammate die over there. I want to try and get some sort of control here. So I reload my gun first, and I want to go in there with a max amount of ammo because with the Vector or the Fennec, you only get 40 round mags at the very maximum. Slide in, use this area as a head glitch. See this enemy appearing right here. And because of the TAT laser and me bobbing properly, Also using the Viper reflex sight, I managed to hit some nice shots even at range. This gun does struggle at range, but we end up hitting some nice shots here. Now at this point, I'm always covering to his left and right. I'm the only one who's pushed here. I do have teammates on the way, but at this point, I am literally in no man's land. I could get spawned up from the other side of the wall. So if you haven't played Shoot House that much or you don't know the spawns, from where I am right now, enemies can be spawning right here. Oh, sorry, let's do it on the map, it'll be easier. Right here, in wood, behind this wall, and behind me here. I could be getting pushed from 4 different directions right here. So as you can see, my character kind of bobbing, weaving, moving around, checking different areas. I want to make sure that I don't get spawned on behind me. All right. So as I'm doing this and trying to get a flag, I get a nice perfect reload time. Kill this guy just here, just before he can kill me or take me out. Swipe back and come back across to try and keep getting A. Enemies appeared. I've ducked his shots and then jumped into another shot and then killed him across as well with a great headshot. As you can see by my reaction right there, that was a pretty nasty shot. And I'm pretty sure that enemy that I just killed wrote, "fuck you." So I've, you know, mission accomplished right there. And now we've got an enemy that's obviously very, very angry right here. Runs at me with an RPG, still doesn't get paid off. Know that I'm going to get pushed. So I run behind to use this as cover. And as I've done that, I've done the old trick of the old double back trick. If you guys have been watching since the start of this video, the double back is such a good tactic, guys. And what I mean by double back is tricking the enemy that you're going in one direction and actually you end up going in the other direction, okay? So as I've killed this guy here with the RPG, we're going to we're going to play again the double back and show you the situation, what happens here. So I've killed this guy and I know I'm going to get pushed. I know how bad they want to kill me right now. And as I've slid out here, if he's quick enough, he can kill me. But he misses his shot, and then he thinks I'm going to come from the right-hand side, but I've gone back on myself to go to the left-hand side and made him look like an absolute idiot, taking him out, kept control of the spawns, and just absolute domination and slaying prowess right here as well. All right, running it to one-time speed, you'll see how crazy this clip actually is played out in real time. All right, taking these guys out, knowing at all times they're going to be spawning over the other side of this wall. COD timing at its finest right here. Get my hits that I need to get the kills. Kill the guy who's head glitching with my head glitch as well. Get a perfect reload time here as I check my corners. Guy appears on me. Kill him. Wipe out the guy behind the wall with some nice shots. Make him angry. Kill this guy. Get behind here. Double back on myself. And then take him out as well. All right, ends up being a nasty clip. Wipe out the spawns, checking the maps. Not so much even looking at where my teammates are this game, because this was more about just, honestly, a one-man army here. Because my teammates were on the other side of the map the entire game, or the entire time during this clip, that I had to pretty much run out and do this all myself. So if you use the map properly, you know your gun's, you know, limitations of what it can do, the build that it is that you're using as well, you can pull off some crazy clips like this as well. And then finally, probably one of my favorite clips out here right now, I posted this one out onto TikTok and it did very, very well. And this is a 9-piece from the Galil. Around when we were first start using it, this is on Scrapyard. And again, we're playing demolition this time. And we're 1-0 up. We have the A and B points. So it's nice to have a nice, you know, different map and a different game mode here. And I've got teammates all pushing up here. Enemies are all spawning from the attacking side. So I know that enemies are going to be round this corner, pushing me, you know, round up in the top corner or whatever. And that's the area that I want to try and take control of. So as we move forward into this clip, I want to push forward and get in control of some sort of area like this. Come up to the door here. Enemy slides in. I have to kill this guy first or I'm dead. And as I do that, I jump out the way at the door so the second enemy cannot hit me. Kill this guy here with a nice drop shot to change the elevation, make it hard. And then I snap onto this guy as well and take him out before he can snap onto me. He almost does take me out, but I end up killing him first. That's a naughty 3-piece. Dropped out to my Renetti in case anybody else appeared. But because of tune-up and because of quick fix, I've got my health back and I'm allowed to pop dead silence if needed here. At this point, I want to keep pushing. Should have potentially reloaded, but it ends up working out in my favor anyway. Killed the first guy, killed the second with just enough bullets. As you can see by the kill feed, it's all completely dominated by me here. Also then changing mags to the gun to try and keep control of this area. I push back to make sure that nobody else is spawning here. Checking UAV at all time, but not seeing anybody at all. So as I've gone back in here as well, I'm dropping 24 kills already at this point, which is this is turned out to be a good game for me here. Now I'll check the UAV here, and I know I've seen an enemy spawn behind me. So as I cross-check the map to see where my teammate died, if I don't see anybody, my first thought is to go back to where we just came from, okay? And once again, checking the map, all right? So I don't know how well you can see it, But if you've checked the map or looked at the map properly, you can see here, there's around 3 or 4 enemies that have just spawned in that top corner of the map. And again, this is about locking down spawns and pushing them into a way where they can just not get out. All right. So now I've pushed this area, or I'm pushing this area, C4 in it to try and give me some sort of advantage. Unfortunately for me, the enemies have not pushed up that far yet. Slide into it as always to try and give myself some sort of momentum. Kill the first guy, jump into the second guy, and end up taking out the third guy as well. So it's a full triple kill once again, and it just ends up being an absolute slaying montage. As you can see by my face, I'm just losing my mind at this point. One more spawned in there, taking him out as well. It's ended up being a 10-piece on Scrapyard, using the map, knowing the advantage of the gun that I'm using, and just playing around to all of that as well, okay? So to show you this in fast pace and how quick this actually played out, this has been one of my most nutty clips I think that I've done up to date. All right, so the movement, using the walls, using the radar, nice bit of left and right movement there, changing the right there is really important. Even though that nothing happens here, you see how I wiggle left and right with this pistol? If somebody did appear, I can use this wall. If they come from the right, I can go left. If they come from the left, I go right. And use the pistol that I have to try and give me some sort of advantage. All right? So that right there really makes a big deal. Kill these guys with just enough bullets. Run back in and check the area that I was in. Check across map, nobody there. Seeing that they're spawning across from me here again. Try to C4 out. And then just slide in, get more control of this area, hit some great shots. And now it's just an absolute domination in their spawn. Okay? So that was the final clip for today, ladies and gentlemen. So let me put it back into my base cam. And I know today's video was very long, but it's been a while since I've had a chance to film for SNAPShot because we've been so busy with the new season and doing other things and recording for gun and class guys that I wanted to make today a very lengthy video to try and help and really kind of give some sort of clarification on how we end up going on some of these crazy kill streaks that we do and how we end up getting some of our, infamous TikTok clips and some of the stuff that you see out there on social media as well. All right, so it is a mixture of different things. Playing the map, knowing the gun that you're using your teammates for advantage, knowing the situation of the game that you're in as well, looking at your mags and ammo and your things like C4s and other tools that you've got, and just playing everything to your advantage so it is that you can end up getting the best kills and the best kind of montages for clips and whatnot that you can possibly get. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode of SNAPShot. If you have got this far, or you have watched brief parts of the video and you come to the end, please feel free to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're on the road to 5K on YouTube right now, so it would very, very much mean a lot if you could do that for me. Any constructive criticism or feedback in the comments would really mean a lot as well, and I appreciate the hell out of you guys. Thank you to everybody who continues to support me, and I look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Take care.